What's good, y'all? Riley Beats here, and today, are you tired of making terrible booty, butt cheek, dog water melodies?
Oh yeah, that's so hard.
Well, I'm here to show y'all how to make nothing but fire melodies. So if you could leave a like, comment, and a subscribe, I would greatly appreciate that. The community would greatly appreciate that. And so would you, because you'll never make a bad melody again. Well, you might, but there's only one way to find out, so let's get right into it. But when I'm making a melody, what I like to do is I like to start out with some bass notes. This lets you hear the vibe pretty easily of how your chords are going to sound. I've written down and remembered a bunch of just my favorite progressions for bass notes, so that's often how I go about my bass notes when I'm in a hurry. And for this, I'm just gonna start out with like my new current favorite, which is like 1-3-6-7, or any kind of variation of that, like 1-7-3-6. Let's just lay this out. I'm gonna go 1-7-3-6. So here's how my bass notes sound. Nothing too crazy. So from there, you want to turn that into chords. I got a video all about chords that you can check out that's linked in the description. But basically from here, I'm just gonna turn this into some simple triads. So one thing with chords is there's this whole music theory thing about voice leadings, and it just makes your chords transition pretty smoothly. And one thing you can do to make your chords transition smoothly is have a common note. So for example, I'm just gonna bring up this G to the A, so this A is common. I'll bring this up, that's common. I'm gonna bring this up and this up as well. I have this note repeating. This just makes my chord transition a little bit smoother. I do have a music theory video coming out that talks a little bit more about voice leadings and stuff that you can check out. I'm not sure, it might be out already, it might not. We'll see. So I'm gonna take the bass notes, I'm just gonna copy those, bring those down an octave, just to add a little bit of depth to the melody. So now you got chords, and this is usually where like I'll hum something out to create a top line, just some other like melodic component to kind of flesh the idea out and make it sound more like a melody and less just like chords playing at the same time. So I added a little bit of a top line here. So for example, this note here, this is the 7th of this first chord here. So technically, if we were using jazz music theory, this would make this a 7th chord, just because it is implying a 7th chord. So technically it is a chord note being played at that point. This would also be a chord note, so it sounds very harmonic with the chord. This note is technically not in the chord, so it adds a little bit of tension in this section here. And then here I added a fairly popular phrasing, just add a little bit more melody going on here. So here's how it sounds. From here, you kind of want to add some kind of filler notes that'll just smoothen out the chords and kind of play in with the top line melody a little bit. So for example, here I'm imagining some note will go around here, just to kind of transition from this chord to this chord. So pretty much I just added this one filler note essentially, and it is also a chord note, so that'll help with the tension that's going on here, this chord. Here's how it sounds. I wanted to add a little bit more, so I just added this and this in here as well to add a little bit more melody to this whole section. I'm gonna add it to the little bit the end over here. Kind of felt like it added a nice little bit to the melody. Just how it sounds now. So from here, you're going to want to add a counter melody to accompany the top line and fill up some blank space. So kind of keep in mind we have some blank space. So for example, I have blank space around here, a good bit here, a little bit less here, but you can do some like contrary motion, which I'll talk about in music theory video that I'm releasing, or it's already been released, the same one, just to kind of flesh out the melody a little bit more. So pretty much here I kind of added some kind of contrary motion to what's going on here. And basically what contrary motion is when this note goes down, this one will go up, so on and so forth. They're just opposite to each other pretty much. And here's how it sounds now with the counter melody. Depending on the vibe you're going for, the VSTs you're using, you may want to put the chords in one instrument, you may want to put the top line in another instrument, and you may want to put the counter melody in a different instrument. That's up to you. Just because this is a pretty cool piano vibe, I want to leave it like this. Something else you can do from here is chop up the chords, just to add a little bit more rhythm to everything. So I might chop up the chords just a tiny bit here where I feel necessary. As well, because this is the piano, I'm going to make this a little bit realistic. So something you can do for that is just press Alt-S and strum your chords however you like. And then to add a little bit more realism, you can press Alt-R to randomize the note velocities a little bit. And then usually after randomizing, I listen to the whole thing, change some velocities around as I see fit. I'm going to throw effects on that just for fun, because I really like this melody. From there, you're done. You've got a fire melody. Thank you all for watching. Here's the full thing with some really simple drums.